the Brianna and Devin Toy channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make face masks, and this is what they look like. And yeah, so basically, because of the coronavirus right now, I decided that I would make a bunch of these face masks and then donate them to different places because I know like there's a big shortage of them right now. But anyway, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this kind where it just unfolds like this, and then you could easily put it on like that. And they're actually really easy to make, and there are different size dimensions for different people, and you can definitely use elastic bands on the sides. But since I don't have any elastics, I am actually just using yarn, or if you have like this craft string thing, you could also use that. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the whole process of how to make these. And also, if you notice, I'm wearing the same clothes as last video. Yes, these are both filmed on the same day. But anyway, let's just get right on into the video. And also, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out and also like credits to this channel. And basically, I learned how to make these from this channel, and yeah, so thank you so much for making that video of how to make face masks. And yeah, so basically the first step you have to do is cut out 9.5 by 9.5 inch squares of any kind of fabric. I definitely suggest using a breathable fabric because like they're masks that you put on your face. And I actually have a lot of cutouts made already because I just wanted to get that part over with. But basically I just used a humongous bed sheet and I just cut out a bunch of squares. They don't need to be perfect, but I do recommend cutting out a cardboard piece, and this is just skinny pop before, so you could just trace it onto your fabric and do that. And yeah, so I'll show you guys the bed sheet that I'm using. This is just the bed sheet I'm using, and it has a bunch of flowers all over it. And you can literally use whatever you want, but I just recommend the breathable material. So after you cut out your fabric, the next thing you want to do is iron it. So please excuse this zebra-ish, very dirty ironing stand board thing. But basically you want to flip the fabric to the wrong side, I guess you could say. So like if you're using a bed sheet, it would be like not the side that has the most color. It would be the one that's like not as colorful. But if you're using like one that doesn't matter, you could just use whatever side. And also you want to have an iron ready. But anyway, we're just going to fold the top and bottom sides about 1 centimeter folded each. Once that is ironed, as you can see, it's kind of wrinkly here, so if you want, you can definitely iron that out. And that is just what I'm gonna do. Alright, but now we're gonna fold this again 1 centimeter. Alright, so now we have that side folded, and we're going to turn this thing around. So now we can do the other side. And this is going to be the top and bottom. So for one of my examples, it'll be this side and this side. So again, just repeating those steps, fold it about 1 centimeter each. You don't want to go any smaller than 1 centimeter because it'll make it hard to sew. right. And then once that is all steamed up and ironed down, you just want to fold it one more time over again, a centimeter, and just iron that again. So now once you've ironed both sides 1 centimeter down, your face mask should look like this. And now we're going to go ahead and start to sew. And you can definitely hand sew this, but make sure to use a back stitch once you start it, just so you can make sure it's like really secure. But I'm going to be using a sewing machine just to make this process faster. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start sewing. Okay, so here is my sewing machine. It is the Singer Start sewing machine because I just learned how to sew recently. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start to sew this thing. And I'm just gonna assume that you guys already know how to sew. But if you don't, there are plenty of tutorials online that explain how to do it. So you can definitely go and check out how to do it with your sewing machine. And you can also just hand stitch this part. But basically, now I'm just gonna sew along this all the way down. And I'll show you guys what it looks like after. Alright, so once you finish sewing, I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is what it should look like. And I'm just using different colored string because, well, one, so you can see it, and also because I'm kind of running out of string. But yeah, it should just be one big line down. Hopefully you guys saw that. And then we're just going to do the exact same thing to the other side all the way down. So now that I've sewn both sides, I can now do the ruffles. And yeah, so let's go back over to the ironing board and make those ruffles. Okay, hopefully this is an okay angle, but now that we have sewn both sides, we're going to make, I'm pretty sure they're called ruffles, but basically you just want to kind of estimate or guesstimate and just follow what I'm doing. It's really hard to explain, but you just have to kind of like fold over the fabric a little bit to make sure you get that folded look, so when people wear it, it can expand and cover their whole face. But now that you folded it like this, these sides here and over here, they should be about 3.5 inches in length. And yeah, so you don't want it to be too much further or away from that. But now to make these ruffles stay, we're gonna iron them. And I'm using my iron again. And again, they do not have to be perfect in any way. But now you should have 3 folds, as you can see here. It's pretty hot, so 3 folds. They shouldn't be like right on top of each other, but they don't have to be like super duper spread out. But now we're going to fold in these sides, 1 centimeter folded in each. Yes, so they should come up a little bit, but that won't matter too much. And then once you did that side, just go ahead and do the other side, 1 centimeter, and you don't want to fold it over again because that's just too much. Right, so now that both sides are folded over, I'm going to go back over to the sewing machine and sew along these lines. This line and the same for the other side. Okay, so here we are back at the sewing machine, and like I said, I'm going to sew it down here. You cannot really see that. Here, and then on the other side. And when I'm sewing on the sewing machine, it doesn't matter if you hand stitch, but as you can see, the ruffles are facing downwards, and you don't want them to face up because it's better for the sewing machine to do it this way so you don't mess up as easily. And hopefully you guys can get what I'm saying, because I don't really know if you can understand it. But yeah, we're basically just gonna sew it. And also, I forgot to mention this, but when you're sewing, make sure you're sewing on the wrong side of this. So you don't want to sew it on this side, because one, it's better to just like see exactly where it is sewing along the line. And yeah, it just goes for a cleaner look. Alright, so once you've sewed that, don't worry, we don't have to go back to the iron. That is it for ironing with this, but we're not done yet. First of all, just make sure that yours can open like this, because if it can't, that means you did something wrong and you're gonna have to go back and fix it. But it should look like a rectangle now. And we're gonna sew on just 2 more things. Now we get to sew on yarn of some sort, and I'm going in rainbow order, as you can see, over there. So I think this time I'm going to do dark blue, and I'm doing 2 different sizes. So if you're making this for like men, I suggest doing 8 inches for each of these. Or if you have elastics, you could just do 7 inches. But basically, if you're using a non-stretchy material, you want to do 7 inches for women and 8 inches for men. And I'm not saying this is going to fit every single person, but that's just generally what I've figured out. I have made different mistakes along the way, so trust me guys. But for this particular one, I'm going to do 8 inches because I've been switching back and forth between making ones for women and men. And you just want to make 2 of the same length of whatever material you're using. And if you haven't figured it out yet, these are going to be on the sides. They're going to be attached here so they can go behind your ears. And if you want it to go behind the person's head, I don't know the exact measurements for that, but you can definitely look that up online and then just alter it and sew it here and here, here, instead of here and here. Alright, so now that is cut, we're going to go ahead and take one of these and start sewing it. I'm going to start by sewing my yarn right here, so we're going to do 3 vertical stitches and then 1 horizontal stitch along this. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll definitely show you guys what it looks like. And I'm really sorry that the image is blurry close up. I don't know what is wrong with my camera, but that's just exactly what I'm gonna stitch. Forgot to mention, you want to do a stitch forward and then a back stitch. Right, now that is done, and by doing this, make sure it's really secure so it will definitely not come out. And I know it's so blurry, I'm really sorry about that, you guys. Let's see if it works closer up. No, it's just really blurry. Now, I'm going to sew the other end of the string here, and then I'm going to do that exact same thing for this string. Alright guys, so it is done. That is the completed tutorial on how to make a face mask, this kind with the little, oh, that's what I think they're called. I'm pretty sure they're called pleats, fringe maybe? No, not fringe, pleats. Pretty sure these little folds are called pleats. Can't believe I just figured that out. But yeah, this is what it should look like, the completed product. I definitely ran out of string many times during that. And yeah, and now I'm gonna test it out by putting it on. Again, this was the men's size, like yeah, so this is gonna be way too big for me. But that is basically kind of how it should function, except it's supposed to be like that. But again, men's size. But yeah, I had so much fun making this video. I really hope it helped you guys out during this time. I really hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel to see more fun videos like this one. And once you did that, click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. And you can also comment down below any video suggestions, anything that you want. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!